Two teams sitting above 500 in the early season, but only one will stay that way as we're off in week 4. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Tagovailoa off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That one intended for Jalen Waddle. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They send a man in motion. They run again with Wright. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. That's taken on the 7. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. A nice 15-yard pickup on the return. And the Ravens will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Room for him past the 30. Along the sideline, past midfield. And he's down to the 42-yard line. They get 40 on the big hitter. And that's good for a Ravens first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. They've got a man in motion. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. 6 yards, the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. Lamar now from the gun. Big man showing up the yards. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a give for Wright. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 34. Taken in by Smith. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, here's Tua. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And a fresh set of downs on each way. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running right, here's Wright. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
They send Hill right. Going play action, Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. Able to find Wright. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Now it's Matthew Wright for this field goal try. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. Prater puts it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Return starts at the 3. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Javon Holland there to make the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Bails out of the pocket quick. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And a fair catch made here at the 17. No return on that punt. And the Dolphins will have some work to do as they take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
20 TH.
Now a run with Wright. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Tagovailoa on 1st down. Has the connection to Wright. And he'll get it up to the 44. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. 7-3 is our score. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have it on 2nd and short. They motion the tight end over. Wright running out of the gun. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 3 on that game. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Touchdown, Miami! I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right? Yep. Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Stopped by Chop Robinson.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back-to-back carries here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Jackson now on third. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
So no return on that punt. And it'll be Dolphins football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd and 3 now. Running behind center with Wright. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. Short pass brought in. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. He lofts one deep, center of the field. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the Miami touchdown. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Dropping it over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back, it's the handoff. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Play fake, Jackson. Buying some time right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Gets this one to Andrews. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Play action now with Jackson. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. Headed out right. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. He's going to keep this one. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens make it a 1-score game before halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Raleigh's set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa. Right, reels it in. Has some daylight through the 40. And he's out of bounds, up at his own 45. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Rolling left, buying some time. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Finds his man Waddle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Tagovailoa on first down. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. So it's second down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Typically, Kate, you see dime coverage as a quarterback, you can find a completion, right? You know what you're getting defensively. Yeah, there's a bunch of pass defenders on the field. There's usually also checkdowns and available outlets. Not that time. Excellent dime coverage behind and just enough pressure to get home and force the sack.
Setting up the running back screen. And he gets this forward to the 19.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. With only 3 seconds remaining, they're going to bring out that field goal unit. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Prater puts it through. And that'll double their lead to 6. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10. Flowers will go in motion left. Lamar now from the gun. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Man in motion, headed right. 3rd and 2, here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. He lobs it deep middle. And they don't connect looking deep there, but this play's not quite over yet. There's a flag on the field. So they'll decline this and take the result. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
44, ready.
They run in from the gun with Wright. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. Here's a give inside to Wright. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see, because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a 1st.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. And no problem converting on 4th.
Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. He rolls to his right. Has the connection to Smythe. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Now Wright. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They're set up at the 35 now. Right again. Blast through midfield. Reaches the 30. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon and give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
Here's Wright on the carry. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Ready. 20, TX.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. On the move, headed right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw, but it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. The ball is out! And it ends up out of bounds. A small loss on the play, but they do, importantly, keep possession. So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Prater puts it through. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Lamar. Connects with Bateman. And he'll get it up to the 44. Offense up to the line fast. They'll run here on first down. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Lamar off the play fake. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Offense in the hurry up here. Caught by Flowers. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Jackson on 3rd and 1. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Got all of it, and this is good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Watson, Oscar.
This is right. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running back, motioning right. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. They did it! He made the interception! And the Ravens have some new life in the fourth. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. The gun. Here's Jackson. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens come through to tie it in the 4th. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. And he comes through on the kick to give him the lead here in the 4th quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Blitz coming, Tua. Going for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
On 1st down, they'll run. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Slot man motioned over. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a
And he gets in, touchdown! The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score, don't let it go to 4th and goal, and he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens grow their lead to 8. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's a give for Wright. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain, and boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Six DBs out there for the Ravens. 3rd down coming up. He's back to throw. Ooh, he put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. So that brings up 4th and long.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to throw. Here's a loft deep down the middle. Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And this is going to be a short carry that just reaches the 40. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Ravens up by 8. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Blitz coming, Lamar. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he lost the football. And the Dolphins got it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
He'll look to throw it. Finds a man right side. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Setting up to pass. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
A bit of desperation on it. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes it in for the touchdown. Down to their last breath. And he gives them a shot now to force overtime. So there's part one, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now, you'd imagine, comes a try for 2.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on two-point conversions, but they're difficult. This is also a must-have, though, Kate, if they want to try and force overtime.
The Dolphins are lining up for a two-point conversion.
Back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And that catch gets them the 2. We're all tied up here in the 4th. Whew, crisis averted, Brock. They got the 2 and the tie for now, at least. It looks like they have staved off the L and forced themselves overtime.
Yeah, those 2 critical words you just said right there, for now, like for right now. But there's a lot more time on that clock than this defense would care to see. They got to step up. Offense just stepped up, got the 2-point conversion. Now defense, you got to respond to send this game to overtime.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. He's on the move. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward.
And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. He gets 6 on that play, and that's good for a Ravens first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down, here's Lamar. Stays in the pocket, and he gets back to the line, but no more. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
That's a really good job by the defense right there. Doing something I hear all the time in coaches' meetings. I want to keep that quarterback in the box. I want to put a fence around him. Don't want to let him get out and make a big play breaking the pocket.
And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Throwing now. Escapes out to the left. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as a QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a run with Wright. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He's got it deep downfield. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That's going to do it for regulation. So some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see 1 possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. Mostert on the return. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31.
44. Ready. Points at the end of this drive. Come on, 3, kick.
First throw of overtime now. He's looking deep once again. This is caught inside the 15. And he runs it in for the touchdown. Start the celebration, baby. They win it in overtime. So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here. And it took some extra